So last time you saw this amp, I was tracking down the hum at higher volumes and the grainy sound that just wasn't very nice at higher gains, and a little sputtering sound that would come and go. I decided to look more carefully at these ground connections. These go to that screw there on V1, and a long time ago those solder joints broke, and ground, not ground, ground, not ground. So, while it's kind of fun to go wee, I think we can do better than that. Given that that brass screw has seen things, man, I think I'm going to replace it with a stainless steel number 4 that'll fit in there. Let all the others be the original brass, and the one that's actually doing the real work be stainless steel. And I clean the chassis there where the grounds are made first, and put in some more serious grounding hardware and get all those done properly and really, really quiet. So I think I have found the key to slaying the beast. Okay, I got those grounds all sorted out. You can see how much shinier the chassis is there where I cleaned it to make it the good grounds. And after I did that, there was a really bad crackle sound that started, and a hum. And chasing down the source of that crackle, I pulled the phase inverter tube, and the crackle remained, which told me it was in the output section. And what I think happened is once those grounds were connected, then the current in the amp went up. Everything was operating where it's supposed to be for the first time in a long time. And because of those 100 ohm screen grid resistors, my sacrificial quad of Mullard reissue EL84s developed, at least one of them developed a crackle. And when that happened, it had an imbalance in the current draw. I said that the 100 ohm screen grids are cruel for current production EL84s, and sadly that was quickly proven the case for those Mullards, which I've been using for about 6 months as a known good quad of EL84s for testing AC30s. That said, most of the AC30s that come in, just due to the number of amps in the world, are the reissues, which I mod to my JMI Plus spec, which includes 1K grid stoppers. So those Mullards have lived long and prospered until now. So you can see that I've timped in some 820 ohms in series with those 100 ohms for a 920 ohm screen grid, and I've timped in some 2.7K grid stoppers. And the reason it's all timped in is that the span that these resistors have to have is very long. So I'm going to have to order some resistors with extra length just because of the way the JMI laid things out. This will work for now, and with some, I think it's got one pair of electroharmonics and one pair of groove tubes in there now. It's working, and that crackle is gone, and the hum is at a very low level. These tubes aren't perfectly matched with each other, so I will order a new match quad for testing AC30s. And don't worry, if you're the owner of this amp and you're watching this video, you will not be billed for that first set of Mullards. That's cost of doing business. That's why I have test sets of tubes. They're good until they aren't, and once they aren't, they have a lifetime, and they're not that expensive as considering how much business they let me achieve. But also it was good to know that those formerly perfect tubes, as soon as the current levels within this amp went up to proper levels because of the grounds being done, failed. That told me that I really needed to redo this output section. And again, this is temp. It will be much better soon. Let me put this on a tripod and let's hear difference now that we have grounds. All right, starting with the normal channel, which had that really, really awful hum and buzz. There's still some in there that's fairly normal levels for JMI. They don't have the best ground scheme, but it's not a ground loop, and it's not a bad ground now. So let's hear what that sounds like. For the normal channel, let me turn the cut off. So in addition to the noise levels coming down, that graininess and the oscillation is gone. It's amazing how much more stable an amp is when the grounds are actually connected properly. All right, now let's check the top boost channel. The brilliant channel with top boost. And we'll turn the cut up and kind of guesstimate a good starting point for the treble and bass. So all that is behaving normally as desired, so that's good. I still have a lot of noise to chase down in the tremolo circuit on that channel, but we'll get to that. Let's jumper the normal and top boost channels, which is one of my favorite sounds in the world. So get the bulk of our sound with the top boost, and just blend in the normal until we get the low end filled in. Take out the normal. I've shown this in other videos, and you really need to be listening on headphones or real speakers to hear some of that lows. When I'm all the way done with this amp, I'll show it in a real mic'd cab situation. All right, so that's normal and top boost both working properly now, pending redoing the output section wiring a bit better. Hear that pop there as I unplug from the top boost channel? That is either a dirty contact or the 1 meg resistor to ground is failing. Let's check that on the normal channel. All right, so I'll go back in there and check that. One more thing. Now let's do the same thing on the, turn the normal and top boost volumes off and go into the vibrato channel, see how its jack is doing. It seems to be okay. Given that the top boost channel has probably been plugged into more times than the other two combined over the life of this amp, wouldn't be surprised if just some mechanical repetition has done some things in there that are causing some noise, but I will get in there and fix that. Here's the self noise of the tremolo channel. hear that. I haven't done any plate resistors or anything on that channel. But now that the output is actually working properly, and this channel doesn't have as much gain as the others, so you have to turn it up, which means you really hear any noise that's there. Which one is it? This one. So I'll get that channel as quiet as the others. And I need to find out what's going on with that jack on the top boost channel. And I need to order new components to get the output screen grids and grid stoppers connected neatly and prettily. But I am much happier with this amp now than I was last night when I went to bed, thinking about why on earth is there so much noise and all the random crackle and pops. So yeah, I pretty much, one of the last thoughts I had last night before falling asleep was I have got to reopen up those grounds right by V1 and see what's up. There's got to be something wrong there. I was right.